Somebody get this man. Please. Somebody. Anybody. Get this man. Get this man under control. Somebody out there, please get this man under control. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're going to talk some football. Houston Texans football. Bill O'Brien back at it again. If you did not know, the Houston Texans have acquired Brandin Cooks from the Los Angeles Rams and a 4th-round pick by sending a 2nd-round pick, if I'm not mistaken, the 57th overall pick to the Los Angeles Rams, and brought back Brandin Cooks in the 4th-round pick. And I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't know what to make of this trade. I really don't know what to make of this acquisition. I just got through talking to a close friend of mine who's a Titans fan, and he was giving me what he felt, being from the opposite side, being a team that sees us twice a year in the division. He was giving me what he thought about it, and I understand where he comes from, but also, I'm going to let y'all know what that is in a minute, but also where I'm coming from and my initial thoughts, because when I see this trade, my initial thought is like, what are we doing? Like, seriously, what is going on? Because you had Hopkins. You had the best receiver in the league. Because just to recap, you took DeAndre Hopkins and flipped him for David Johnson, Brandin Cooks, a 4th-round pick, and to move up from 57 to pick 40 in the 2nd round. That's what you flipped Hopkins for. And when it's a question about a receiver, there's no receiver in the league that I will take over Hopkins. Just point blank period. You already have the best. You can't get better than the best. Once you have the best, you hold on to the best. You don't let that go. You hold on to the best. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, I already have the best receiver. I don't want to let that go. And like I said, he was talking about the whole speed factor, and we're gonna get into that in a minute. And I want to know if that Bleacher Report, that little cartoon they did with Bill O'Brien and Deshaun, if that really struck a nerve with Bill O'Brien. And then Hopkins and Fuller going live on Instagram with Deshaun, if that really struck a nerve with Bill O'Brien. If Deshaun's tweets really struck a nerve with Bill O'Brien. If all the stuff people been saying in the media, if that's really striking a nerve with Bill O'Brien, how that whole press conference went with the season ticket holders, how that didn't go over so well, if that's really striking a nerve with Bill O'Brien. Because I don't see why, if you already have the best receiver in the league and you let him go, why your initial thing before the draft even gets here is to go out and get a receiver. Now, maybe Deshaun talked to me, look, maybe he had talked with Deshaun, and Deshaun said, you got rid of my boy, I need a proven commodity. I don't need to wait on a young guy. If he develop, can he develop? Gotta wait till week 4, week 5, week 6 for him to jump up and be a superstar, be a main contributor, if he even does. Because just because you can draft a guy number 1 overall and they don't pan out. We don't know. Give me somebody who I know can go up against a defense and can beat a defense, because they've done it on this level week in and week out. We don't know if they had that conversation, and if that's the reason why Bill O'Brien's like, I gotta go get somebody. I gotta go get somebody right now. And just to talk about Brandin Cooks, you are adding speed, and that is something that shout out to my boy Wink. Me and Wink talked about this a couple days ago, and then we actually was talking about it yesterday as well, about if the goal is to get faster, because that seems like that might be the plan. The plan might be to get faster, and you are doing that with Brandin Cooks. Brandin Cooks ran a 4.33, so you tell me you have Brandin Cooks, Will Fuller, and Steals run a 4.38. Brandin Cooks run a 4.33. Will Fuller run a 4.32. You have all that speed on the outside. And then you do have Cobb, who is a legitimate slot receiver. Randall Cobb is still not, he's not the Randall Cobb of Green Bay. He's not the Randall Cobb of 2-3 years ago. But he is a legitimate slot receiver. And what people have been saying about Randall Cobb, it's more so the deal, him getting guaranteed $18 million, who we have a problem with, and we would much rather have Cobb with Hopkins. If you tell me you had Cobb, Hopkins, Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, and Kenny Stills, boom. So you take out Hop out of that situation, Cobb is not as good of a player. Now you adding in Brandin Cooks, you adding all that speed. That is something that, like I said when I talk about the receivers and maybe go after KJ Holloman out of Penn State, who's a fast guy. You can go full mad scientist mode with all the speed. You can do all different type of things. This does kind of open up being more creative if you choose to do so. And that's what one of my close friends was talking about, who's a Titans fan. He's like, I am afraid of all that speed on the outside, because you have the potential to score a touchdown on every single play. Every single play has the potential to be a big play. Every single play. Downfield, in the middle of the field, Duke out the backfield, throwing the Duke out the backfield, bringing in Jordan Akins and things like that. You have big playability all across the board. I get that. I understand that. I like that. But you're giving up substance because that's what Hopkins is. Hopkins is substance. Because it's really boom or bust. Like we have big play boom on offense. We can go out there and get a whole bunch of points in one game. Yeah, we can go out there and get a 50-yard play. Easy. It ain't nothing. But at the same time, you have no substance. So, without having a legitimate substance, one game you might score 40-some points. Next game you might want to score 10 or 15. Because you don't have that medium. You don't have that consistency. You don't have that quality. It's quantity over quality. We can get points by the bunches. We can get in a massive quantity. We can get a bunch of points in a massive quantities factor, but we don't have that quality though, because that's what Hopkins brings. Hopkins was quality. You knew week in and week out what you want to get out of Hopkins. Hopkins wasn't gonna beat you for big 80-yard play, but he was gonna nickel and dime you down the field. And actually that's being disrespectful. He wasn't even gonna nickel and dime you because he can get a big play. He can get a 30-yard, 40-yard play here and there. But you knew one-on-one or two-on-one. You knew that number 10 was coming down with that football 90% of the time. You knew when the chips was down, you had a play to be made, you knew who to go to. You knew to go number 10. That was all day, every day. That's what you're giving up just to add this speed. So there is a part that could benefit watching Kansas City, and did Bill O'Brien sit up there and watch Kansas City get that 51 points? Like, that's something I could do. And that's also something that Tim Kelly was in his ear. Like, hey, I want to get faster. We need to get more fast on the outside. I love Hopkins, but we need to get more speed because that speed is dangerous. That speed really has the potential to kill. But will it though? And also, y'all just shot my mock draft video to shit. Like, I wasted all my time doing the mock draft video. Now we don't even need a receiver no more. Now we lost picks. But hey, go watch the mock draft video. But and now that opens you up at pick 47 because now you can go a bunch of different ways. You can go edge rusher. You can go get what's his name Terrell Lewis out of Alabama. You can get Trayvon Diggs out of Alabama. Like who I have Trayvon Diggs rated very high. I know I kind of messed up on his 40 time when I did the cornerback video because he didn't run a 40 at the combine. And when I was looking up his 40, I just wrote down like the first number that I seen without actually checking exactly what it was. And it was more so I think him was talking about what he felt that what Ruggs would run. And I just assumed it was his because it was by his name. So that was on me because he actually didn't clock a 40 time because he didn't run a 40 time at the combine. I actually stated that. But even without that, I actually like him a lot. I like Trayvon Diggs a lot. So and I thought that you would have to get him at pick 40. So now that opens you up. You can go get him at pick 40, or you can go get an edge rusher at pick 40. And also potentially, could they go running back? Just say that Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin falls at 40. Could they go there? Because now we don't know because we've been sitting there operating that they were going to draft a receiver since they traded Hopkins and got their second round pick. Now 2 weeks later, we done got Brandin Cooks. So you don't know what Bill O'Brien is planning on doing. Would he be all open to going out there and getting the Jonathan Taylor, who's a big, strong, fast guy? He ran a 4.38. If you get him, that's just add even more speed. Or if you wait till later on the draft and pick up Anthony McFarland out of Maryland, who's another guy who's a home run hitter. He's a home run hitter from a running back standpoint. He's a guy who gets the ball and go. So you can add speed from all different factors if that's the true goal. And that from the way it looks of it, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to put as much speed as you possibly can, which could be a benefit. I can see the benefits. But at the end of the day, if it's a question about a receiver and you have the best, you hold on to the best. Like me and Honcho was saying the other day, and shout out to Honcho, everybody there in South Sports. When Deshaun had cohesion, he had chemistry with Hopkins. You seen on that if y'all got a chance to see that live video with Hopkins and Fuller and Steals, you can tell that they are really legitimate friends. They are real friends. Those three are really like they really cool. It's not just somebody that you work with, that you play football with. You know that they are really good friends. They are real legitimate friends. That's something you can't teach. That has something that has to grow in itself. You can't just force that. And even though that Hop might not be the fastest guy out there, but Hop is the most consistent. He's the most quality. He's the toughest. He gonna play with all the broken bones or whatever, broken ribs, cracked ribs, playing it. Bum shoulder lash in the playoffs, playing it. He gonna give you 110% week in and week out. That's something you ain't gotta worry about. Not to mention he's talented like a mug. One on one, he not covered. If he's one on one, he's wide open. Sidelines, what? 50-50 balls, his. End zone, money. Not to mention he has a strong chemistry with Deshaun Watson. That's not something you can teach. So I would take the Hop doing all those things and his chemistry with Deshaun Watson over the speed of Brandin Cooks, over any other receiver in the NFL. Yes, I would. So that's why I said my initial thought is, what is going on here? But if you tell me about the speed, I get that. I understand where the speed factor come in from, and you like, damn, a guy run the 4.3? I mean, a 4.33? 4.32? 4.3, the slowest guy is a guy running a 4.38. That's the out of those three, he's the slowest guy's running a 4.38. Then you have Randall Cobb, because that just opens the person who benefited the most today. You think is Deshaun, is not. It's Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb like, bet all that speed outside. DC's are not worried about me. I'm good. Like I'm money. Ain't nobody worried about me. Like, that's exactly what Randall Cobb's thinking. Same thing with Duke. Like, well, damn, they're going to open up. Because basically, Duke, like I've been saying, Duke is really a slot receiver in a running back's body. Everything about Duke outside his stature is a slot receiver. Duke is really a slot receiver playing running back. So all those things do open up for, like I said, for Randall Cobb and for Duke Johnson and potentially David Johnson. I'm not sold on that at all because I don't think David Johnson's a factor. I really don't. And I think that they're going to have to draft running back. And if they bring in a running back, that does open up that box. Because you can't put, with all that speed, you be foolish to put 8, 9, 10 in the box. With all that speed, there's no way they're putting 8, 9, 10 in the box unless somebody out there looking like Derrick Henry. Unless somebody out there running over people like Derrick Henry, and unless that's the case, there's no way. And Trill, this right there damn sure mean they ain't gonna get no A.J. Dillon. They not getting that big ass A.J. Dillon. No, he's too big and too slow for this offense. They're gonna have to get somebody that's a fast paced running back. Like I say, Jonathan Taylor, because they could actually go pick 40. Jonathan Taylor, and not like I said in my running back video, DeAndre Swift is actually the perfect running back for Deshaun. I have him rated as the highest back on my board. He is the perfect fit for Deshaun Watson's skill set. And if you add him with the speed, that is a juggernaut type of an offense. Now you are talking about a jug because there's so much speed on the outside. You can't do it. And DeAndre Swift is so dynamic that you can do other things, not to mention the Duke Johnson factor. But do you go pick 40? Would you go running back? I wouldn't. I'm going corner or I'm going edge rusher. I really would go corner and get an edge rusher later because I like an edge rusher I think you can get in the 3rd round easily. Now I think this opens up your cornerback market. I think that you're pretty much in play for almost all the cornerbacks. And like I say, we talk about how deep this receiving class is. This class is just as deep at both corner and at running back. So running back's going to get pushed anyway. So you can wait. And now you got 2 4th-round picks. You can wait to the 4th round to get a running back. You ain't got to get a running back in the 3rd or in the 2nd round. Go get a corner and the edge rusher with your 3rd and your second round pick. I prefer you get a corner with your 2nd round pick and then get your edge rusher with your 3rd round pick, and then with one of those 4th round picks get a running back and still open up to getting a receiver. You still, because both Steals and Fuller both on the 1 year on their deals, and something else. Didn't Randall Cobb have? I'm not Randall Cobb, but didn't Cooks have hamstring issues last year? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all let me know in the comments if he did, because I think he did. So now you're talking about Steals and Fuller, who both had hamstring issues last year. and Randall Cobb, who's not has not been healthy for the past 4 years. Like, he's been having nagging injuries off and on for the past 4 years. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Brandin Cooks has had the same issue. Not for the past 4 years, but I think last year he had sort of a hamstring issue. And Brandin Cooks has a weird career because he's the first player I know of, not a receiver, player I know of, that got flipped for 2 ones and now a second round pick. Like he went from New Orleans catching balls from Drew Brees, got traded for a first round pick to New England catching balls from Tom Brady, then got traded for a first round pick to the Rams catching balls from Jared Goff and being coached by Sean McVay, to now a second round pick to the Texans, now about to catch balls from Deshaun Watson and being coached by Bill O'Brien. Sean Payton and Drew Brees, Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady. I know Bill Belichick's the head coach, but I'm thinking from an offensive standpoint. Josh McDaniels, Sean McVay, and Goff, and now Deshaun Watson and Bill O'Brien / Tim Kelly. I know from a quarterback standpoint, he probably sees the situation as good. From an offense, he's had way better offensive mind. Sean Payton, and then also Sean McVay. Like, he had both of them offensive minds. Now you talking about Bill O'Brien and Tim Kelly? Now I get to Deshaun Watson. I mean, you had Breeze and Brady, and you went to Goff. Now you feel like you upgraded with Deshaun, but from a system standpoint. And we don't know what and who knows? Maybe, like I said, maybe both Bill O'Brien and Tim Kelly want to go full mad scientist mode and just go all this speed and like, hey, this speed about to kill. We just gonna hold speed kills. And I said that about what's his name? Roby Anderson. They should have brought in Roby Anderson too. If you gonna do all this, man, they should just win for broke like shit. Just, hey, we gonna get all the speed we can, and we gonna shove that speed down your throat. We running go routes everywhere, everybody flying all up and down the field. Like, it has so much potential to be a big play offense. I get that, I understand that. I still rather have Hopkins. So we gonna see. Like I say, I don't want to just straddle the fence, but I really don't know what to make. I'm being real because I say on one hand, I see what people who are hype about it and talking about the speed. I get that. I understand that. I understand that from a defensive standpoint. Like, I do not want to see that speed week in and week out. I don't want to see that speed every play because you have so much potential to score a touchdown on every single play. You have a lot of boom factor. You have a lot of high power factor. But the same thing, you don't have no substance. Like, you don't have where your quality catches now got to come from your tight ends and also Randall Cobb, because those going to be your high volume catches. Like you got to get your quality and your substance from Randall Cobb and from your tight ends and also your running backs out the backfield. So that's what it is. You got big play capability with your receivers on the outside out of Fuller, Stills, and Cook, and your substance of the core of your plays, like the substance of the offense, is going to be coming from Cobb, your tight ends, Duke Johnson, David Johnson, and whatever you get out of Kiki if he remains on the team, and the same thing with DeAndre Carter. So that they're going to make up, basically, those are the guys who are replacing Hopkins in the stuff that Hopkins does. These guys are going to be your big plays downfield, which, like I say, I think you can score points in the bunches with that, but you don't have no substance, though. Like, you have a lot of quality. I mean, you have a lot of quantity. You get points by the quantity, but you don't have no quality. Where your quality yards? Where your tough yards? Where your tough catches? Where your, okay, the chips is down, I need a play right here to get a first down to kill this clock. Where that's coming from? Like against Kansas City in Week 5. Where is that coming from? Yeah, you could throw the ball over the yard like you did against Atlanta. What about those plays that you need in the crunch time of a game? Those hard-hitting, bona fide plays that move the chains. Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from? Like, share, subscribe. If you haven't, comment below. If you haven't clicked that bell, get more videos. I holla.